Imagine one minute you're driving down the road, and the next minute you see something out of the corner of your eye, and you just get a glimpse of it, and it's a car. It's way too close. Before you know it, in the blink of an eye, you're in an accident. As the smoke clears and stuff, you start to take stock and think, okay, I'm okay. What about your passengers? And you think, where's my passengers? And you ask the other person, are you okay? And they don't answer. Well, it's because they've flown out of the car. That didn't need to happen. The story is more common than it needs to be. All it takes is a second to reach back and grab your seatbelt and click it. 42% of passenger vehicle occupants killed in 2007 were not wearing their seatbelts, according to the National Safety Council. Let's take a look at some of the reasons why people don't wear their seatbelts. If you wear a seatbelt, are your passengers wearing seatbelts? Say you're driving, you're wearing your seatbelt, and your passenger next to you isn't wearing a seatbelt. If they get hit from the side, they're going to fly into you, causing you more harm, plus themselves. Same thing with the passenger in the back. If you have a passenger in the back and you're rear-ended, say that person's 150 pounds. It's like a 150-pound bullet flying into you, plus your weight going forward into the steering wheel. You're going to crush your chest. Probably puncture a rib and lots worse. Another good reason to buckle up is because it's the law. 31 states have the primary seatbelt law, which means if a cop sees you on the highway and you're not wearing your seatbelt, they can pull you over for just that reason. And the ticket for that's usually around $20 to $30. The other states that don't have the primary seatbelt laws are called secondary seatbelt laws. And that means that they can't pull you over if they don't see you wearing your seatbelt, but if they pull you over for a tail light, say you have a tail light out or you're speeding, then they can give you a ticket for the seatbelt. According to the National Safety Council, states that have the primary seatbelt law have a 13% increase in seatbelt use than those states that just have the secondary laws. Now let's look at some more common reasons why people say they don't wear their seatbelts. A lot of people say, well, I'm a careful driver. And that may be true. You might be the best driver around, but you're not taking into consideration everybody else that's on the road. Drunk drivers, teenagers who are inexperienced, females now because of distracted driving, because of putting on makeup, texting, fixing their hair, whatever. And another factor is the weather conditions. It could be snowing, raining. Even leaves can cause an accident. If it's been raining, you don't think about leaves on the road. They cause less traction and you could go flying off into the ditch somewhere. Another good one is I'm not going that far. Say you just have to run to go pick up your kids from school or go to the store. According to the research from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, 80% of traffic fatalities occur 25 miles from home and under 40 miles per hour. That happened to me when I got into my first accident. I was less than 5 miles away from my house. So it's a lot more common than you think. You think you're more prone to get into accidents the farther you are away from home, but it's not true. The closer you are to home, the more dangerous it actually is. Some people think, well, I can brace myself, and that's an instinct. If you know that you're going to get into an accident, the first thing you do is throw your arm out or try and brace yourself so you won't get hurt. Well, consider this. A 30 mile per hour crash has the impact of falling from 3 stories. Another statistic from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. So whatever you're thinking about bracing, you're going to break. You're going to break your arm, your leg, probably your legs if you brace them against the floor. And that's one reason why drunks, when they get into accidents, most of the time they walk away unharmed. And it's because they don't have that time to think, oh no, here comes a car, So they're loose and they get up walking around like everything's fine. They may be sore the next day, but nothing's going to be broken. So as you can see, there really is no good reason to not buckle up. So let's go over what I've said. Seatbelts prevent injuries and save lives. It's the law. Not everyone is as careful as you are, and you're not Superman. You can't just brace yourself. You're going to get hurt. You might possibly save somebody else, but you're going to get hurt. Or you might hurt them more. Your bone might jab into their chest. It just makes more sense to wear them than to not wear them. Just take the 2 seconds, reach behind you, click it, and then start the car and go. When you are getting in your car, remember this. You are 25 times more likely to die if you are ejected from your car. Another statistic from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. So if I have to choose between getting thrown from my car or getting whiplash from wearing my seatbelt, I'm gonna take whiplash every time. Any questions?
Now, where did you get your sources on the seatbelt laws, the secondary and the
That one came from, that was more common knowledge because, well, Minnesota is a primary seatbelt law. North Dakota isn't. The 31 states I got from let's see, the National Safety Council.
okay?
Those two websites, the National Safety Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has a lot of research, like tons.
Which state has the most for non-seatbelts with accidents?
I saw it, but I don't
I
remember.
don't remember. Is it one of the primary ones or the secondary ones?
Secondary. New Hampshire is the only state that doesn't have any seatbelt laws.
Seatbelt law. Really?
Mm-hmm.
And what was the percentage of not being hurt if you're wearing your seatbelt as opposed to not wearing one?
I don't know the percentage of not being hurt, but the percentage I know is 88% of people nationally wear their seatbelts. And there's a 13% increase in states that have
Well, not only
primary seatbelt
just wearing your seatbelt also prevents you from flying out of the car.
Right,
you know.
and that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people say too that it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Well, they have those straps that you can put
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
to make it more comfortable. And once you get used to wearing them, a lot of people say that they don't feel comfortable not wearing them. They feel.
Well, there's a proper way to wear them, and you know what I mean?
There's a proper way.
Because you're supposed to have like a fist in between or something where you can fit with your chest in between there.
And it depends on, if you're a kid or an adult, or just depends on the size.
You didn't have anything in there about child restraints.
No,
What-
I didn't.
You didn't think
I
that you
no.
knew that, or
No, that's pretty much mandatory with all states, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't focus on child safety restraints because that's more of a parent's issue, I guess.
Yeah, if they want to buckle them in or not.
Mhm.
Yeah.
good job.
Yeah.